Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about some reasons. Okay. So these reasons are telling about why India chose industry as the prime moving force at the time of independence. Okay. So here coming to the points, the first one is the looking at the resources available in India, so agriculture would have been the obvious choice as the prime moving force of the economy. So it means the cultivable land. So it means the India is fit for the cultivation and it has the natural resources and it has the fertile land and it needs human power also. In that time we were very familiar with the agriculture. So these by seeing these important obvious choices and logical choices, so we have to given the importance to the agriculture. So here according to the resources available in the Indian country, so we have to choose the agriculture as the prime moving force. But Indian agriculture, so it always depends on the traditional tools and technology. Okay, so it means before independence, it means from starting onwards, still we are using the traditional tools. But now at present we are using the important technical and we are using the technology on the basis of the agriculture sector also. But in that time we used the traditional tools for the agriculture. Okay, so here its modernization is very important for the mechanization. Okay, it means later to some extent, so we need to increase our agriculture production. It means we need the traditional tools to the modernization and modern tools. Okay, so here lack of industries, lack of technology, so its modernization was blocked. Okay, so here this was blocked by the due to the lack of indigenous industrial support. So without industrial support we cannot go for the agriculture in the name of the technology and modernization. Okay, so here because of the lack of indigenous means within the country or in the particular place. Okay, it means it is only for the India. Okay, so without indigenous industrial support we are not going for the agriculture. Okay, so here modernization is very important. So if India would have gone for the import when we require or when we need, so in that time this would have to require enough foreign reserves. So here foreign reserves means we have to buy something from the other countries, means we have to maintain the foreign currency. Okay, so that is the foreign reserves. So whenever we have to import some important modernized tools so from the foreign countries, so we have to maintain the foreign reserves. Okay, so here this will create a natural dependency. This will create the natural dependency on foreign countries. So whenever we need, so we'll go to the foreign countries and we have to import those materials to the Indian country. It means we have to depend on the foreign countries without industrial support. Okay, so if we have to maintain the industries in India, so we never need any country's help. Okay, so here they thought that, so here the resources, according to the resources available in India, so we cannot choose the agriculture as the prime moving sector. Okay, so here we have to see all the types of the aspects within the economy. Okay, so here the agriculture was depended on the traditional tools. So whenever at present we have to increase our production from the agriculture sector, so it never need the traditional tools. We have to increase our production by using the modernized tools. So without industrial support we never go for that much of the production in the country. Okay, so if we choose industry as the prime moving force, so India would have to increase the industrialization in the economy as well as the modernize the traditional mode of farming. Okay, so here we have to modernize our traditional mode of farming. In the same way we have to build up our country as the industrialized country. Okay, so here they given importance to the industrial sector because of these reasons. Okay, I think you have an idea about this point. So that's why we choose the industry as the prime moving force. So because of the industrialization of the Indian country, plus we have to develop from the traditional farming to the modernized farming. Okay, so this is one point why we choose the industry as the prime moving force. And coming to the next point, that is second point. So the dominant ideology around the world as well as in the World Bank. Okay, so they created one ideology in the world. So after the industrial revolution, and some countries were turned to be industrialized countries. So not only in the world but in the important organizations also. So those are the World Bank and International Monetary Fund, IMF and WB. Okay, so they always was in the favor of the industrialization, because whenever there is a industrialization, it is a symbol for the faster growth and faster development. Okay, so here the growth leads to the development. Obviously it is correct, whenever there is a growth, so it leads to the development. Whenever there is a faster growth, there is a need, and they will be translated from the faster growth to the faster development. Okay, so here the dominant ideology was created in the world, especially in the World Bank and International Monetary Fund, that is industrialization is very important, and it is meant for the faster growth, and which translated into the faster development. Okay, so these important international bodies, it means WB, IMF, United Nations. Okay, so there's so many important international bodies were in the world. So these international bodies were started to support the industrialization, especially among the member countries. Okay, so there's so many member countries were included in the World Bank, International Monetary Fund, United Nations. Okay, so here they started to supporting the member countries for going to the industrialized thinking. Okay, so here, so but here the one point, that is this important support was not given to the agricultural sector. Okay, so the same kind of the support was not offered to an economy that may be uh, announced the agriculture as a prime moving force. Okay, only for the industrialized sectors. And so here it was not it was possible not only for the industrialized economy, but we have to export our industrial products to the other countries in future also, whenever we announce our industry as the prime moving force. Okay, so basically going for the agriculture sector was considered as a symbol of backwardness. Okay, so once you see this point, it is very important point in the Indian economy. So here agriculture sector was considered as a symbol of the backwardness. Okay, in that time, not at present, but at the time. So it was considered as a symbol of the backwardness. So here the political leadership, so they wanted to carry India ahead, it means in front of. So we have to go away from the backwardness. Okay, and not in the backward direction, so we have to move in front of. Okay, so there is no need for going back, and we know we don't need to go back for the agriculture sector, and it is a symbol of the backwardness. So that's why the political leadership, they wanted to carry India from agriculture sector to the industrialized sector, and from the poor country to the developed country. So that's why they choose the industry as a prime moving force. Okay, so almost in 1990s, so the world and important organizations, that is the World Bank and International Monetary Fund, so they changed its opinion regarding the agriculture sector. So there was one opinion was created in the minds of the important organizations in the world. So that is agriculture is a symbol of the backwardness, and we have to increase our growth and development because of maintaining the industries only. But that opinion was changed in the minds of the World Bank and International Monetary Fund regarding the agriculture sector. Okay, so after 1990s, So there was emphasis, there was importance on this sector by an economy was no more considered a sign of the backwardness. Okay, so here they started to thinking about the agriculture sector. Okay, so here after 1990s, so they started to focusing on the agriculture sector, and finally they given one statement. So agriculture sector was no more considered as a sign of backwardness. Okay, so this is the statement was given by the important organizations. So after 1990s, whenever they started to realizing about the agriculture sector. Okay, so coming to the third point, so Second World War. So here the Second World War has given one important lesson to the everyone. So that is, it has proved the supremacy of the defense power. Okay, it means there's a First World War and Second World War. So it was a war between the countries. Overall, all countries were involved in this war. So that's why it has proved the supremacy of defense power. So here the defense is very important for each and every country whenever there is a need for war. Okay, so here it has proved to be industrialized. Okay, so especially for defense, your country needs the support from the science and technology and industrial technology also. Okay, so for increasing our defense power, we have to choose the science and technology plus industrial base. So here India also required a powerful defense base for itself. It means it has to, there is a need for protecting ourselves from the foreign countries, because we already faced a lot of problems because of the Britishers domination in India. Almost 200 years we were ruled by the Britishers, so we never want to get that much of the pain again. So that's, we have to maintain a powerful defense for protecting ourselves from the enemies and from the foreign countries. Okay, so we need a powerful defense. It means we have to increase our industries, we have to maintain the industrial support. Okay, so that's why at the time of the independence, India chose industry as the prime moving force. So India tried to solve many challenges, so from after one by one. So first, industry will deliver faster growth, and second, agriculture will be modernized in no time. Okay, so here the first importance they given to the industry. So after getting the faster growth, the second one is agriculture will be modernized, and the third one is the economy will be able to develop its own defense against the external threats. Okay, so here we have to develop our industry first time. So whenever it leads to the faster growth, second time we have to focus on the agriculture, and we have to turn from the traditional tools to the modernized tools. Okay, and the third one is economy will be able to develop its own defense. We have to maintain our own defense, because we have to fight against the external threats. Okay, so that's why we choose the industry as the prime moving force. So before independence, there was a socio-economic consensus. It means some theories and some principles were proved that among social scientists. So they said, along with the nationalist leaders, not only the scientists and nationalist leaders, so that is, India needed a boost towards the social change as the country lagged behind in the areas of modernization. So we didn't know about the modernization, so that's why there is a lack of modernization. So we have to boost our social change. First of all, there will be a change in the society, so that is very important for the development of India. Okay, so that is the break from the traditional and outmoded way of life, and a cultivation of the scientific outlook was must for the country. So we have to maintain the scientific research in the agriculture, also in the cultivation. Okay, so it means there is we have to break off our the entire culture from the traditional to the modernized, that is a scientific outlook, and we have to maintain these important principles in our country. Okay, So such feelings also made the political leadership of the time go in favor of the industrialization. Okay, so I think these important reasons, maybe they are also thinking about these reasons. So that's why they chose industry as the prime moving force. Okay, so here also there is a valuable reasons. So we don't have any right to blame the political leaders. So because the some reasons were proved at the time of independence also, because we needed industrialization. So that's why we never blame political leaders why they choose industry as the prime moving force. So why they were not choose the agriculture as the prime moving force. So we never blame anyone in the Indian economy. Okay.